You had the book. He's got the book. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyan Tinirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Bhutam Kridamaya Darati Shvapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sa Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Samjivam Satvaitam Savadtam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Dalpate Rupe Gopika Kanta Radha Satakam Sangaguramaki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishlavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patinam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Srimad Bhagavatam 10.6.8, the killing of the demon Putana. Vibhudyam tam balakam marika graham Vibhudyatam balakam marika graham Characharatma Sa Nimilitekshanaha Characharatma Sa Nimilitekshanaha Anantam Arupayat Ankam Antakam Anantam Arupayadankam Antakam Yatha Uragam Suptam Abudi Rajudihi Yato Ragam Suptam Abudi Rajudihi Vibhudyatam balakam marika graham Characharatma sa nimilit Saracharatma sa nimilitekshanaha Anantam arupayadankam antakam Yaturagam Suptama Buddhi Rajudihi Please repeat.
Vibhudyatam balakam akagraham Chacharatma sa nimilitakshanaha Anantorapayaka antakam Yatorayam suptam abujiru judite
Vibhudyatam balakam graham Characharatma sa nimilitekshanaha Yatoragam Suptama Buddhira Chutihi
Vibhudyatam balakam marika graham Characharatma sanimilitekshana Antamaropayadhanam ankamantakam Yatoragam suptama buddhi rajudi
What the gist?
Vibhudyatam balakam ankagraham
Vibhudyatam balakam ankagraham Characharatma sanimilitekshanaha Anantam arupayadankam
understanding.
Tam, her, Putana.
Putana.
Balakamarika Graham,
Graham,
which very expert in killing small babies.
which very expert in killing babies.
Chara Chara Atma,
Chara Chara Atma.
Krishna, the all-pervading super soul.
Krishna, the super soul.
Saha,
Saha.
he.
Here.
Nimidita Ikshanaha,
Shaha.
closed his eyes.
Close his eyes.
Anantam,
Anandam.
the unlimited.
Unlimited.
Arupayat,
Aropayat.
she placed.
She placed.
Ankam,
Ankam.
on her lap.
On her lap.
Antakam,
Antakam.
for her own annihilation.
For her own annihilation.
Yatha,
Yatha.
as.
As.
Uragam,
Uragam.
a snake.
A snake.
Suptam,
Suptam.
while sleeping.
While sleeping.
Abudi,
Abudi.
a person who has no intelligence.
A person has no intelligence.
Rajudihi,
Rajudihi.
one who thinks a snake to be a rope.
One who thinks a snake to be a rope.
Translation: Lord Shri Krishna, the all-pervading super soul, lying on the bed, understood that Putana, the witch, who was very expert in killing small babies, small children, had come to kill him. Therefore, as if afraid of her, Krishna closed his eyes. Thus Putana took upon her lap him who was to be her own annihilation. Just as an unintelligent person places a sleeping snake on his lap, thinking the snake to be a rope. See? Purport. In this verse, there are two perplexities. When Krishna saw that Putana had come to kill him, he thought that since this woman was present with motherly affection, although artificial, he had to offer her the benediction. Therefore, he looked at her with a little perplexity and then closed his eyes again. Putana Rakshasi also was perplexed. She was not intelligent enough to understand that she was taking a sleeping snake on her lap. She thought the snake to be an ordinary rope. The two words antakam and anantam are contradictory. Because of not being intelligent, Putana thought that she could kill her antakam, the source of her annihilation. But because he's anant, unlimited, no one can kill him. So, this is a Nitya Lila. Sometimes we can say Nitya Lila from the show. Sometimes we say Nemitika Lila. So Nemitika Lila means Nemitika. Nitya Lila we know. It's the eternal Lila.
It's something short, like Naimitike Dharma. That's what we normally talk about.
Yeah.
Something like a.
Has a certain boundaries, start and an end.
Yes.
Okay.
Nemitika Lila means occasional, we could say also. So, why do we say Nitya Lila and Nemitika Lila? Because in Golok Vrindavan, there is Golok Vrindavan and Gokul. So, we know Gokul is in this material realm. Of course, Chit Shakti. You can go to Gokul today and underground on the side. So what is the difference in terms of lila between the lilas that happen in this enclave, we could say, Vrindavan is an enclave of the spiritual world. So what are the differences between the lila that occur there, Boma lila as we say, leelas in the spiritual world. Yes, Prabhu?
The leaders in the spiritual world are eternal.
Yeah. And when it comes to demon lila, do they really happen in the spiritual world? Yes,
I heard.
Alexander. Sorry.
I heard there is a demon cannot enter.
Yeah. It's just a flavor. It's a rumor that the demons are going to attack. They don't attack. So that is why my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj, used to say it's more Bomalila are more exciting in that sense. Why? Because they do occur. Especially the attacks, especially the attacks of the demons, they do occur. You follow? So in that sense, it's more thrilling to be in the Bomalila, because it does happen. Whereas in the spiritual world, it's a rumor Putana may come, but she doesn't come per se. You follow? So in that sense, here we are talking about the Bomalila. So who is Putana? Remember, try to remember, connected to Bali Maharaj. Let's see, we can rack our brain and try to remember. Yes, Prabhu?
There is, I think it was maybe the sister.
Yeah, always get mixed. Sister or the daughter of Bali. Yeah? Either or.
And then she wanted to kill.
Well, originally she had a motherly affection. When she saw Vandal, such a smart and cute little boy, a dwarf, and so handsome. So both, whether it be sisters or daughter, they are women, they are motherly, so they have this affection. Oh, such a beautiful one. So that's the first impact. The impression was good. It's motherly. That is why Krishna kept that in his mind. Yeah, you can see. But it turned sour because...
Then after he lost is it this? I don't know, but maybe after he lost the universes, the three words.
Yeah, after that he got kidnapped and captured by Vandal. So then they became sour, the daughter, the sister, whoever. So then this personality, this entity became Putana. So Putana represents, in terms of, I don't know if you know that book Krishna Samhita, Bhagavad Thakur, each demon represents Nanarata. So who is that Putana? What does it stand for? Yeah. Deceit, false guru. Yes, Prabhu?
False guru.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get down to the purport. There's a lot of dichotomies in this purport. So let's hear the acharyas. As we know, without the acharyas, we remain blind. Of course, the latest acharya is none other than Srila Prabhupada. We should never deny Srila Prabhupada in the sense that, oh, he's the latest. Actually, on the contrary, he has gathered. I remember when he wrote his commentaries, there's about more than 100 commentaries on Bhagavatam. Way more than 100. But of course, amongst the hundreds of commentaries, we can detect at least 11 commentaries which are very sanguine, and Srila Prabhupada did refer a lot to those 11. And even amongst the 11, he kind of got the essence even to a lesser number than that. So we shouldn't say, he's of a lesser caliber. On the contrary, he has amalgamated all the acharyas, and plus he has put his own Bhaktivedanta purpose. So it's a digested, distilled commentary, you follow? If you, let's say you make some distilled water, what is distilled water? This is the best water. rid of all the other incongruities. So this is distilled back to the purpose of Srila Prabhupada. So Sridhar Swami, who is the, Mahaprabhu used to say, is the Pati, is the father of the commentators. 12th century. It's not easy to locate his time, is between 11th and 14th century, let's say. Sridhar Swami, Antakam, there's a dichotomy here between two words, Antakam and Anantam. Antakam means killer, it's mentioned, for own annihilation. So, Antakam, Dushtanam, same term, Dushtanam, Antakam, Dushta, kill, is the killer of scoundrels. Scoundrels. Is that an English word?
Scoundrels.
Yeah.
Scoundrels, I'm saying. So, he understood. You see, you can fool Krishna. We have to remember this lady was more beautiful than an Apsara, in her demeanor, in her presence. She was more beautiful. No wonder all the Brajbasis got bewildered. She must be a demigoddess. The Rakshasi have this ability to transform like anything. So, but he knew. It's Charat Charatma. So, is the inner soul, the Antaryami, he knows. Antakam. And Abudira Judihi. What's the meaning? Abudi, Budine, no brain. Abudi, Avishuddha Buddhaya. Rajudihi. What's the meaning? Rajudihi. So she was unaware that she brought upon herself her doom. In what sense? She placed on her lap apparently a small, naive, innocent little boy, so cute and charming. But little did she know, this boy is death personified. So in that sense, Rajudihi, just like you take a sleeping snake, little do you know that actually, you think it's a rope, but it's a sleeping snake. What's going to happen when the snake's going to wake up? Then you're going to understand the mistake. But it's too late. You follow? So, definitely there's an absence of intelligence here in her, a buddhi. And of course, we know, if we can take a small excerpt here, we know that's the state of affair of the Mayavadis. They mistake, remember, that notion, that example, that simile stands for Mayavadis also. They tend to, that's always the example that they use. Mistaking a snake to be a rope. Do you remember the context of that? We're taking a little liberty here outside, but we'll come back, don't worry, to the purport. But how do they use? The Mayavadis try to tag this simile on the non-Mayavadis. That is us, that is everyone else. They're saying, oh, you misperceive this world. You misperceive this world just like you misperceive a rope to be a snake. So try to explain. Yes, Prabhu?
They said, so everything is illusion, so we mistake things to be reality, but they say it's all illusion.
Yeah. So they try to brand us as foolish. Because how to defeat the Mayavadisms? My dear friend, how do you account for the variety of this world? If everything is nirakar, if everything is keval advaitavad, if everything is absolutely one, then how do you account for this variety? So then they come up with this convoluted answer. And they say, oh, it's a misperception on your part. You have misperceived a rope to be a snake. No, you have misperceived a snake to be a rope, sorry. And because of that, you become afraid. And the whole strings of emotions which are undue, because it's due to your misperception. So in the same way, my dear friends, you who are not Mayavadis, you consider that there's a variety in this world due to your misperception. So then they will say, they are very convoluted, they are like snakes actually. They will say there is two types of Brahman. Nirvikalpa Brahman, which is Sagun Brahman, and Paramartika Brahman, which is Nirgun Brahman. So they say, as long as you are very neophyte, like we are very neophyte, they say, in the realm of Sagun Brahman, you can accept there is variety. You can even take up the path of Krishna consciousness, worship the deities, chant Hare Krishna. That's going to help you to reach to Nirgun Brahman, Paramartika Brahman. And then once you have realized, you will realize that actually everything is one. See how tricky they are. They're very tricky. Because they cannot accommodate. They cannot be accommodated. So they have to come up with such a convoluted approach. Actually, this was the task of Sadananda Yogendra. Shankar is not guilty. Lord Shankar is not guilty because he's Lord Shiva himself. He has written, Jagannatha Swami, Nayan Patagami, Bhavatumi. How can it be Mayavan? I mean, come on. It's Lord Shiva himself. But his followers, especially Sadananda Yogendra, he has written a book, Vedanta Sara. He has done a lot of harms. So oftentimes it's not the guru or the master or the acharya who is at fault, it's the followers. They twist. Anyway, let's go back to the purport.
Isn't that a great offense?
It's a Maha offense. Maha offense. Sadananda Yogendra, remember that name. He is the one who promulgated this Kevala Dritava. Shankar, at the end of the day, what did he say on this deathbed? Bhajagovinda Muda Bhakti. You guys are totally engrossed into Muya Muda. You are getting lost in suffixes and prefixes, world jugglery, and you got away from the real goal, which is Prempuma to Mahan. Right? Of course, he had to, it was an order that he had received from Lord Vishnu himself. In Padma Purana it's mentioned. Mayavada Asat Shastram. He had to, it's not an easy task, he had to break away from Buddhism. Actually, Shankar was an ardent follower of Buddha. He used to love Buddha. But he had to break away from Buddhism, and at the same time he has to come up with a convoluted theory in order to befool mankind. It's not an easy task. You cannot promulgate Buddhism per se because he has to come up with something else. And number two, he cannot also divulge the truth. So you can just imagine this task. It's not easy. And at least we have to give the credit, Prabhu used to give the credit to Lord Shankar, that he has put the table, the Vedas back on the table. So we cannot deny this is. And Mahaprabhu never did find fault with Shankar. No. You can look at the CC and Chaitanya Bhagavan. Anyway, let's go back. So this is for Sridhar Swami. Let's discuss about Jiva Goswami in line because Jiva Goswami is 16th century. The greatest acharya in one sense. So Balaka Mari, who is Putana? Balika Marika Graham. What does it mean? She's an evil spirit, we know that. And she's a killer of babies. So there's a little point of detail here. when she received the order from Kams, because the big boss is Kams, it's not Putana, it's not Trinavalt, the real big boss is Kams. Kams was extremely powerful. He could pick up a mountain of solid gold. So he was much more powerful than the demigod, actually, Kams. So everyone used to get the orders from Kams. So when he gave her this order, you kill all the babies, what did she do in reality? She killed the boys, but kidnapped the girls. She didn't kill the girls. That is why, when it comes to Srimati Radharani, Tattva, she kidnapped Srimati Radharani actually. But on the way, as she was flying over, Srimati Radharani dropped. And this Srimati Radharani and her cousin sister, who is Chandra Bali. Chandra Bali, I think. They are cousin sisters. Chandra Banu and Brihat Banu. I mean, Dushabanu and Chandra Banu. They are brothers, and their respective daughters are cousins. So on the way, she had kidnapped those two. They fell down and they took birth, for Srimati Radharani, they took birth in Vajan. But Putana, she killed the boys, but spared the girls, kidnapped the girls only. Anyway, that's a small detail. So let's hear from Jiva Goswami here. Balaka Marika, she's a murderess of children. And again, just like Srila Swami was saying, Paramatma, Charat Charatma, this is indicating that Krishna is Antaryami, is the inner soul, Inu. Is the inner soul of both moving and non-moving entities. And then Nimilite Kshana, it's translated here. Why did he close his eyes? There's so many reasons why the Lord closed his eyes. There's at least 10 reasons. Is he afraid? First apparent understanding is a little boy is afraid. She's a witch. He can see through. Okay, that's one. What else? Yes, c'est une femme, it's a woman. That's there. So he's prone to be afraid. Why is he closing his eyes? What else? Yes, Prabhu?
Because you cannot, because it's sinful to kill a woman or a mother.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. She had an inkling of motherly affection coming from the past life. Remember, she was in the Lila of Madhavendra, so she had an inkling, so he felt a bit ashamed. I'm going to kill her, but she has a little motherly affection. Yes, Prabhu?
He didn't want to show that he recognized her purpose.
He didn't recognize her.
No, he didn't want to show Putna that he knew.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, Prabhu?
Yeah, she was Ratnavali in the Vali pastime.
Ratnavali.
Vali Maharaj pastime.
Was she the sister or daughter?
Sister.
Sister, yeah, okay, let's get mixed up.
And Lord Krishna closed his eyes because in the previous yuga as Lord Ram, he also killed a female.
Oh, okay, good point.
And so this time he didn't want to look her in the eyes whilst he was going to kill her.
Okay, thank you. Nice, interesting point. Yes, Prabhu?
It says also that in order that she hesitated to take the baby on her lap because something extraordinary was being detected to her from within, and that in order to give her assurance, Krishna closed his eyes so that she would not be frightened.
Okay, see, you're coming up with another good stuff. Yeah. And you know what else? Another thing that was not mentioned, in order to avoid assaulting her, because with his glance, he could have assaulted her with his glance given that she's a scoundrel. So in order not to harm her, his glance is so powerful. Sa ekshata, don't forget the glance of the Lord, svachetasa, sa ekshata. The glance of the Lord is so powerful, it brings about the material world. So just imagine the power of the glance of Krishna. Even with the glance of Mahavishnu, who is an expansion of an expansion, he can impregnate Pradhan. And then Pradhan will transform into Mahatma. So just imagine the power of the glance of Krishna. We cannot imagine. So that glance is so powerful. So in order not to assaulting her with his glance, given that she's a scoundrel, he also closed his eyes. So to avoid the shame of killing her, although it had to be done for her benefit, actually she benefited the most from what happened to Putana. Good point. I forgot. There's a verse of Uddhav. And Uddhav, this is one of the verses, by the way, my dear friends, that when Vyasadeva tried to retrieve Shukadeva Goswami, remember Shukadeva Goswami split on the spot when he was born. Only the trees echoed in unison when they remember Vyasadeva, my son, Shukadeva. Actually, there's three Shukadeva, this is not explained. There's three Shukadeva, it's mentioned in the 9th canto. What happened is, Shukadeva stayed a long time in the forest. We shouldn't be thinking he just went there and immediately was called back. No, he stayed a long time. And then at one point, Vyasadeva, feeling, of course, he's a father, after all, he may be an avatar, but he still is a father. He called for his son. And he told his disciples, you please speak out a few shlokas from Bhagavatam. And this is one of them. Ahaupakiyam stana kalakutam jigam shaya pyasadri. This is one of the shlokas. Uddhav is speaking that. How can we find someone more merciful than he? He has given the position of a datri. What is a datri? Une nourrice en français. Datri means a nurse. He has given the position of a datri to Putana. She came with Kalkut. You know what is Kalkut? Kalkut means cobra venom. You've been to Mayapur? I lived 10 years in Mayapur. When you are killed, bitten by a cobra, you have 3 minutes in front of you. 3 minutes. I remember many years ago, one boy during Gurukul, he got bitten. How can you do it? Perhaps 10 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, nothing. And the boy, there's no, how can you say he was bitten in the middle of the night? You're going to call the doctor, please come? No, we took him to a Muslim tantric. The Muslims are very powerful. Prabhupada said in the letter, trust more the Muslim in Mayapur than the Hindus. I've seen the letter. I've seen the letter. Can you imagine? I've seen the letter. So, to go back to the story, the boy was brought to the middle of the night to a Muslim tantric with mantras. He had the black venom come out. The boy was saved. Beaten in the toilet in the middle of the night in the Gurukul of Mayapur. How do you want to save the boy? So she put Kalkut on her breast. Can you imagine what kind of intention is this? It's mentioned Marika Graham, she's a murderess of children. And he gave her the position of a datri, a nurse, not Sayuja Mukti, in Golok. She's part of the entourage of Yashoda. Uddhav is telling, how can we find someone more merciful than he. This is one of the shlokas. Yesterday I told his disciples use many shlokas. One of those was this shlok. And Vishwanath explained one of, actually, Shukadev is Mahajana, he can do that. He duplicated himself. One Shukadev can die. That Shukadev is going to take Leasta and he's going to have a daughter. And his daughter will marry a great woman. But that's not the Shukadev that we know. The Shukadev that we know carried on up to Shuktal. You can visit the place, Shuktal, and then he spoke Bhagavatam. So this is the point. So this is, now let's hear Jiva Goswami. So, yes, in order to avoid the shame of killing her, although it had to be done for her benefit, because it's an ocean of virtues. Krishna is an ocean of virtue. So it needs to have a good happy ending with Krishna. You may be called Putana, but still you will have a good ending. This is Krishna. Yatra Yogeshvara Krishna, Yatra Patur Danudaraha, Tatra Shri Dajayobhuti, Dhruva Nitir Natir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, there is might, extraordinary morality, and victory. You cannot go wrong with Krishna, even if you're a rascal number one. This is the bottom line. You cannot go wrong. So, Jiva Goswami carries on to say, Anant, Krishna is Anant, this is the perplexity of this verse, Anant. So is the end. Anant means there is no end to Anant. Anant means unlimited. Anant. Is there an end? No. Sorry. Okay. So let's hear from Vishwanath now. We're going back in time. Vishwanath is closer to us. Vishwanath is 18th century. Yeah. We don't want to repeat ourselves because the acharyas tend to repeat themselves from one to the next. Yeah, Vishwanath is also coming up with good stuff. He's using Savagya Shakti, Savagita Shakti. Parasya Shakti Vivineva Shuyate Svabhaviki Janamara Kriyacha. Krishna is endowed with 1, 2, 3, 4 potencies, 5 words. What is it? 6, 7, and 8. Parasya Shakti Vivineva Shuyate Svabhaviki Janamara Kriyacha. Can you count? Shakti Matayo Abeda. So it's not different from the energies. One energy, Vishwanath explained here, Characharatma. So it means Savagita Shakti. Means is potency of omniscience. This is a Shakti. All the Shaktis are personified, by the way. We are thinking, oh, it's a Shakti, okay, so it's impersonal. You cannot put your hand on the Shakti. But be careful. This Shakti, they have entities behind them. Like for instance, we say Mukti Shakti, liberation personified. She came to knock on the door of Leela Shuk. Remember? Leela Shuk is Vivamangal Thakur. She's a Shakti. She's personified liberation. But when it came to coming to Vivamangal Thakur, who's a great Acharya, she knocked on the door. Can I please serve you, my dear Acharya? She's Mukti personified. Everyone is Pantas, Kukoti, Shata, Vasara, Sampragamyo. Everyone is searching after Mukti like anything. She's coming. But no, it's okay, my dear baby. I'm fine. This is Vivamangal Thakur. In Madhparaj devotee. So all the Shaktis are personified. So here we're talking about Savagya, Savagita Shakti. potency of omniscience. Krishna knew, of course. But she wanted to serve. This Shakti of hers, of his, wanted to serve. She wanted to serve in the Lila. This is the point of Vishwanath Chakravarti here. So, and she blinded Putana, but Putana was totally blinded. She didn't know. She didn't know that I'm carrying death, my own death, my own annihilation. She didn't know. It's a sleeping snake. Oh, it's a rope, it's just a rope. No, it's a sleeping snake. It's going to wake up in fact. So that Shakti covered her. Yeah. And then there's another Shakti, Antakam. Antakam means, we discussed, Antaka means the own annihilation. That's the Shakti, the Samharika Shakti, the potency of annihilation. So there is a conflict between two Shaktis here. The Shakti of omniscience and the Shakti of annihilation. She also, this Shakti of annihilation, wanted to serve by killing her. You know. So anyway, nothing new. And let's hear the last one. Baladev Vidyabhushan also commented. Sanatana Goswami also, of course, is not the least. He has written ample commentaries on 10th canto. But again, I just want to come up in case they come up with other things that we haven't discussed. Yeah. No, I think there's nothing new here. And Baladev, what does he say? Yeah. Anyway, I think we covered it all. Yeah. Another thing of coming from Sanatan, she kind of dressed like Rohini, mother. Rohini, mother. And who is Rohini? Rohini is the mother of Lord Balaram. So little Krishna, of course, is omniscient. He could see she cannot dress like her, so that's another reason why he closed his eyes. Because he was, you know, obviously, his notion of virtue, so I'm going to kill someone who dressed like Rohini. Let's put it this way. So I'll stop here, it's almost 9. If you have any comments or discussions. Yes, Prabhu?
I very much like this analogy of the snake and the rope, and I understand that this is used a lot in Advaita Vedanta.
Exactly.
Can you elaborate on that in simple terms? So this is we are defeating Advaita Vedanta through this verse, effectively. Is that?
Yeah, actually, this simile is used by the Mayavadis. It's not used by us. They misuse that simile by saying, I kind of touched upon it, but perhaps you didn't get it. Cool.
Get it.
See, their philosophy is Keval Advaita. Keval means purely, unadulterated. It's unadulterated monisms. There is no room for diversity in their understanding of Advaita. It's totally pure Brahman. Nirakar. There is no form. Nirupadi. There is no designation. Nothing. It doesn't accommodate, it cannot accommodate any diversity. It's Kemal Advaita. It's Nirgun Brahman. Nirgun means beyond the modes. There is no gunas. There is no diversity. There is no quality. There is no form. There is no attributes. Nivishesh. And we Nivishesh Shunyavadi. We sing that song, that mantra, that pronoun. Nivishesh, there's no attribute. So then you come up, my dear friend, my dear Mayavad, please explain to me the diversity of this world. You're telling everything is formless? I mean, let me see. Not formless to me. There's forms everywhere. You follow?
I think so.
There's forms everywhere. There's no attributes. I mean, look at this room. We have different attributes even as living beings where we differ from one to the next. So please explain to me, my dear sir, Mr. Mayavad, how to accommodate for the diversity. You follow? So they come up with all kinds of convoluted theories which are totally absurd. And one of them is the misperception of the rope to be a snake. See, so again, I'm trying to repeat myself, so perhaps you will understand. They are thinking, due to our misperception, we, the laymen, we're not Mayavadis, we have misperceived this world to be variegated. We are misperceived. It's a misperception on our part. And they will, in order to accommodate us a little bit, they will say, oh, you are on the level of Sagun Brahman. For you, Sagun Brahman, Prabhu means Sagun. Brahman, full of gunas, full of qualities. So, yes, it's fine, you are neophyte. For the time being, you can accommodate this variety. And even you can take up the path of Krishna consciousness. You can chant Hare Krishna, you can accept Krishna. You know what they say about Krishna? You want to hear? It's maha offensive. We don't take it into account, but just for the sake of repeating what they say. They say, when Mahatattva contacts Ahankara, by dint of the mode of goodness, that's going to create Krishna. Krishna is an offshoot of Ahankara contacted by the mode of goodness. And we Jivas, we are offshoot of Ahankara, false ego, contacted with the mode of ignorance. So this is maha-offensive. So in order to answer to all the laymen saying how to accommodate for the variety, they will say, oh, for the time being you need to refer to Sagun Brahman. You may practice Hare Krishna, they will not find fault with Hare Krishna. They're very slicky. I'm not coming to the goal. And then, but by dint of practice, once you come out from this illusion, once you have understood it's a misperception on your part, it's actually, it stems from avidya shakti, it stems from ignorance. Once you have understood it's a misperception, you thought it was a rope, actually it's a snake. So it's due to your problem, it's due to your misperception. Once you've come out of that, then you come to Nirgun Brahman. Paramattika, we call it. Paramattika Brahman. So then you understand, oh, everything is one. It doesn't hold, Prabhu. It has no grounding reality. You follow? And people get bewildered by such statements. And it's so convoluted, they say, oh, yes, actually they are right. So that is why Jiva Goswami, what is the purpose of Jiva Goswami, between so many other purposes, is to dismantle, grind it into powder. What he has done, Jiva Goswami, in his Satsandava, he grinded into powder. You know, you take a powdering machine, you grind it, you grinder. I mean, even Mayavadis were enamored by the Satsandava. So much it is splendid. Shitsuk is a Mayavadi commentator. He was so much enamored in the 16th century by the Satsandava, he even dared to write a Mayavad commentary on Bhagavatam, which is maha-offensive. Even Shankar didn't do that. Shankar didn't touch the Bhagavatam. Why? He knew. This is Mahabharata. I'm not going to poke my nose here. How can I dare to even sully Bhagavatam by giving my own Mayavad rendering? It's a no-no. But he was quite against Mayavadis, other Mayavadis commenting. One day, two did actually. Chitsuk is one of them. So much they were enamored. When Jiva Goswami came up with his Sandarbha, everyone across the board was turned over. They were totally flabbergasted. And they even dared to write a comment. They understood, if we want to ascertain our claim as Mayavadis, we have to do it from the Bhagavatam. Because Jiva Goswami, what did he do? He ascertained the supremacy of the Bhagavatam forever. No one can dismantle Jiva Goswami. So what they're very sticky. They're going to use the Bhagavatam to give their own Mayavad slant rendering. This is my offensive method. So does it shake some light, Prabhu?
Definitely, Prabhu. Thank you. Amazing class. Thank you. Amazing.
Yeah. So of course, if you want to go further, again and again, you have to read Satsandarbha. But Prabhupada gives lots of Satsandarbha in the CC.
Read lots of.
Yeah, if you want to go further into this understanding of how to defeat Mayavadisms, the best book is Satsandarbha. Satsandarbha. It's the masterpiece of Jiva Goswami. Sat 6, it's opus magnum. Satsandarbha. So, those books were written by Jiva Goswami in the 16th century to ascertain the eternal supremacy of Srimad Bhagavatam as the Praman Amanam.
Jiva Goswami.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I would like to ask a question about this, not go further, but take a step back. There's so much I don't understand. So we speak a lot about Maya, illusion.
Yes.
And you're speaking about we see forms. So that's where it becomes confusing for me.
Which form?
Well, we see forms. We speak. So I don't want to go further because I really don't understand.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be challenging. Or
No, Prabhu, I know. You are trying, you mean well. So, I was trying to explain how the Mayavadis, they find fault with us because we do ascertain that they're not only Vaishnava, but even laymen or materialists, they ascertain there is forms everywhere, right? So in order to defeat that misperception, which is not a misperception, by the way, but for them it's a misperception, they're going to come up with the example of the rope and the snake. Now, when it comes to Maya, what is Maya?
It's illusion.
Yeah,
Well,
that which is not. That which is not. So the best verse for Maya, and I stop here because people are leaving already, so I feel bad. And you look it up yourself today, 11:2:37. Bayan Vitya Bini Vishitas Syat Ishadapitasya Vipariyas. This is Maya. As soon as you absorb yourself in something which is seemingly different from Krishna. Is there anything different from Krishna? Yes or no?
I'm learning. I suppose there's not.
No. By definition, nothing can be different from Krishna. But if you absorb yourself in something which is seemingly different from Krishna, it's well put. This is Maya. And if you do that, what's going to happen? Vaya vitya bini vishitasya ishadapitasya vipayasya. Vipaya means going to reverse your constitutional position. What is your constitutional position? Jiveras Svarupoi, Krishna Nityadas. We are Krishna Das, Krishna Dasi. Bas. You absorb yourself in something which is seemingly different, that's going to reverse your constitutional position. No, Prabhu, I'm not Krishna Das. I'm God, or even worse, I'm competitor of God. Which is an illusion. It's a fabricated conception. It doesn't exist. It cannot be. But Maya means that which is not, Prabhu. So in other words, you become a madman. This material is an assignment.
I mean, everything emanates from Krishna, comes from
Yeah.
Krishna, and he's in everything.
Yeah. So you're not in Maya if you don't separate things from Krishna. Let's put it this way. As soon as you don't separate things, this smile is not different from Krishna. This glass, this Vedanga is not different. Why? Why is it not different?
He created it.
Because it's transformation of energies. Transformation of energies. Who does the energy belong to? There's no separation. You're fine. As soon as you absorb yourself in something that you think is different, this is Maya. So Prabhupada explained in Tokyo in 72, you cannot be in Maya. You need the help of Krishna to be in Maya. On your own you cannot be in Maya. Because we are within Krishna. How can we be separate from Krishna in the first place? So we need the help of Krishna to make us think that we are separated from Krishna. So it's up to you. If you want to enjoy separation from Krishna, Krishna will help you to forget him. Matas medir gyanam akoranamcha. But if you want to remain close to Krishna, you don't see anything separated from Krishna, then you're fine. You follow? It's up to you. How you put the just like on the computer, how do you put what do you call it? The point on the computer. Where do you put the point? You put the point, not you. Not me, not anyone else. You put the point. If you put the point in such a way that everything is connected to Krishna, you're fine. As soon as you conceive, yes, I can still enjoy separation from Krishna, then you create the Maya. Maya doesn't exist. It's a concept that you bring about upon yourself. You become doomed. The doom is coming from you.
And the Mayavadis can't turn around and say, it's all illusion.
Mayavadi means what? The path of Maya.
Yeah.
Mayavad.
Illusion, path of illusion.
They entertain that. And they want to tell the world this is the path to be followed. So Jiva Goswami and others and us, we have to be expert at detecting this is Maya. And you have to pinpoint and smash them.
Thank you. No, I understand.
You have to smash them big time. You cannot accommodate. You have to immediately dismantle and smash it. This is your duty as devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Prabhupada ki.
Toda a vida foi Prabhu ki.